Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering? If the answer is yes, then you're ready.
Yes, this is my roundabout way of letting you know that I use the gender-neutral pronoun they and them. I do this for several reasons, one of them being that I absolutely adore hearing from complete strangers how you care more about the English grammar than actual humans for whom this courtesy could go a long way in making our lives a little bit less exasperating. Contrary to popular opinion, I am not a man in a dress, or rather, you're only allowed to call me one if you also refer to me as a lady when in slacks. When people ask me if I'm a boy or a girl, I usually respond, no.
In case you're not wearing your pronouns on your earrings, here's an easy way to introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Josh. I use they, them, or he, them pronouns. It's that simple, folks. Happy International Pronoun Day.
Your white guilt gets in the way too often, and you center it way too often in conversations about liberation. You may feel guilty, but that is your responsibility to deal with. You should not be dumping that on any person of color.
My friend Corey is non-binary, and I've struggled to use their they-them pronouns.
It's easy. Let me help. What would you say if you found a hat on the ground?
Someone left their hat on the ground.
Why would someone do that?
They must have dropped it. I'll take it to them.
Great. Now swap your friend's name for the word someone.
Corey left their hat on the ground.
Why would Corey do that?
They must have dropped it. I'll take it to them.
Great work. And when in doubt, asking someone their pronouns is a great way to show that you respect them.
It's International Pronouns Day, and to celebrate, I thought I would make a video for you that is a bit more freeform for you to be able to explore your pronouns. So the concept is that it's a duet with me, and you don't have to post it, and you could just kind of pretend like you're having a conversation with me. So here we go. Hi, I'm Ashley. My pronouns are she, her. What are your pronouns? Cool. Can you use that in a sentence for me? I just want to make sure that I use it correctly. All right, I got it. Thank you so much for sharing, and I look forward to using those pronouns for you. Let me know if anything changes.
And I wanted you to know that, by the way, today's International Pronouns Day. Respect people's pronouns. They are mandatory.
Hello, my strange little onions, you ask. So I'm delivering part 16 of creepy conservative men coming into my DMs because they think I'm a woman. This story just had its conclusion yesterday. On Halloween, I got a DM notification. This man sent me a picture of the Dolly Parton costume I did. You look far too sweet and innocent to be doing costumes for Satanic Halloween, he said. Okay, I said. Glad I got through to you, he says. You did not, I say. I just don't feel like arguing right now. I go to his page. It is basically far-right Russian meme farm. Boobs and guns and Trump supporter. Boobs and guns and transphobic post. Boobs and guns. So where do you live? He asks. Texas, I say, knowing that I live in a very large state. No kidding, he says. I'm going to be in Texas next week. Congratulations, I say. I'm going to be going to Daley Plaza. Oh, really? I say. Are you going to the 6th floor museum? Question mark. What? LOL. He asks. If you live around there, I'd love to take you to dinner. No, thank you, I said. Fine, he says. No reason to be stuck up. I do not reply. He messages me on November 1st. I just landed in Dallas, he says. Congratulations, I say. If you're free, I really would like to take you to dinner tonight, he says. I'm busy, I say. Yeah, okay, I understand. I'm only in town for a few days, though, he says, and I'm really busy tomorrow. What are you doing tomorrow? I ask. You're kidding, right? He says. Trump's gonna be reinstated. No, he isn't, I say. Yes, he is, he says. JFK Jr. is gonna be the vice president. You'll see, he says. I'll tell you what. If Donald Trump is president on the 3rd of November and JFK Jr. is vice president, I will not only have dinner with you, I will sleep with you. Deal, babe, he says. I message him on November 3rd. Looks like we won't be having dinner tonight, I said. Shut the F up, he says. Touchy, I said. I looked at your effing page some more, he says. Figured out you're a man. Oh, sweetie, I'm not just any man, I say. I'm John F. Kennedy Jr. before I blocked him.
Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn.
Hey, sugar honey dumplings. Someone told me that today is International Pronouns Day. So in honor of International Pronouns Day, and the fact that I've got so many new sugar honey dumplings following me, my pronouns are she, her, they, them, he, king. And while we're at it, just so you know, I'm gender fluid as fuck. I'm every gender, they're all in me.
Happy International Pronouns Day! As you can see in my bio, my pronouns are she, her, hers. I think it's super important that we normalize sharing our pronouns and that the rhetoric we're using to talk about pronouns becomes more solidified. And what I mean by that is, like, in academic circles lately, we've been talking about the ways in which we want to ask our students to share their pronouns with us, and specifically the language that we use to ask them to do so. One of the really small ways that I've talked to different LGBTQ circles about and different academics circles about is the idea of using the phrase, what are your pronouns, versus what are your preferred pronouns, because there's a certain level of ownership that comes with just saying, what are your pronouns? Because that's a question you should be comfortable asking any person in the world. And I always give my students the option to put, what are your pronouns? What are the pronouns you want me to call you in front of your classmates? And what are the pronouns you want me to use when it's just us? Because sometimes those are different, and it's important to acknowledge that. Use today to educate yourself. Go to the tag.
So I'm walking. There's a piece of lettuce. And if you turn around, another piece of lettuce. But guess what? Another piece of lettuce!
Hi, Sky here. Reason number 5 why the education system doesn't work. So besides the fact that the whole system itself is systemically racist, there are also issues with the programs that we are forced to implement. And by forced, I mean top-down decisions. Educators are not necessarily involved in these decisions. So, for example, we have a program here that specifically targets our Black and brown students. And by targets, I mean it mainly is for the schools that are majority Black and brown. You would not see this program at the majority white schools. And this program, it doesn't do anything for the students. I'm not kidding about that. It really does not do much for the students. And there is so much testing involved with this program. So it also takes away from key instruction time. It is literally a program just for show and to gather data that literally shows nothing other than, hey, look, we're doing something, but not really.
If you still don't think Black people and white people are treated differently by police in this country, I need you to think about what happened to Breonna Taylor while I tell you this story. A few years ago, I was living in Manhattan, and at a respectable hour in the morning, there was a knock on my door. When I answered it, there were 4 policemen there. I said, hey guys, what's going on? They said, ma'am, we got an anonymous tip that the residents of this unit are building and distributing firearms illegally in the city. I looked at him and he looked at me, and in that moment he thought we had an apartment full of guns and all he had to go on was my face and the empty hallway behind me. And of course I had the caucasity to laugh in the officer's face. I said, dude, we don't have any guns here. You can look around if you want to, but you're not gonna find anything. And instead of getting angry at my disrespect or looking around to make sure I was telling the truth, he said, ma'am, I'm so sorry to have disturbed you, and he left.
Make me go pick my cottons that way.
That guy was stupid enough to say that, and I'm glad that black girl did that. But I bet you he won't have the testicular fortitude to say that to a black dude. Because I guarantee you, he would have cracked his dome with the white meat showing. Just saying.
What else? I do not take L's. Bitch, get a rat slap with these customized nails. What else?
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. If you don't respect pans, I'll throw hands. If you don't respect trans, I'll throw hands. Yeah, I like that one. If you don't respect buys, I'll poke out your eyes.